Welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley and I love makeup. I focus on indie and affordable brands, so if that's what you're into, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started on today's video. All right, you guys, so today's video is going to be weird. We're going to talk about indie makeup and betta fish, which is very strange, and we are going to be doing a look with the Wicked Widow Beauty Resurrection palette. Right here. This is absolutely beautiful. I've unfortunately only used this once, so long story short, to get to the betta fish part, I had to go pick up some dog food from PetSmart, and so my husband and I were in there and my mom was there, and we're just looking around at stuff and saw the betta fish, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And there were some that just were so pretty, and I was like, you know, it'd be really cool to try and like mimic like the coloring of the fish with makeup looks. And the ones that really caught out to me were like, they were like black, but their scales, they had like really pretty like bits of like green and blue in them, and one had like reddish purple. And so you know, we're gonna try it, and I was just thinking like, what palette do I have that'd be perfect for that? And that is the Wicked Widow Beauty Resurrection palette right here. Just, I'm thinking of going in with like that black shade and then putting some of these really pretty shimmers on top just to see what happens. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll do two different eyes. One will be like bluish greenish, and the other one will probably be like purplish red, because like, you know, I've just been on this like really crazy out of control red kick lately. So that's what we're gonna do. And on the topic of indie makeup, Jen Love did a video, and let me try and find out what it was called. And it was the harsh realities of the indie makeup brand world. And she was talking about, let me find my brush so I can get started, because like y'all know, if I start talking, like, oh, we're gonna get nothing done. So, yeah, I'm just gonna take this little packer brush, and we are just gonna pack that black shade center. We'll do one eye at a time, so right here, that one right there. But she was talking about the Blend Bunny fiasco, and I'm sure by now most of you have heard of it, but they had this palette, and I think it's called Sugar and Grunge. I actually have the palette. I should have it. I don't know if it's upstairs though. You guys, hold on. Give me a second. Alright, y'all, so your girl just literally tore her house upside down. I've been gone probably 10 minutes. I cannot find this palette anywhere. I have this palette, like, I know I recently filmed like a short with it within like the last month or two. I've used it on my channel. It has disappeared from my house. This stuff happens. Like, I kid you not, it will probably randomly show up. Even though I've just spent the last 10 minutes, like, it was upstairs. I have a table upstairs where I film shorts. I have palettes on the table. I have a little desk next to it, and I have some palettes in there. I looked all over that table because I know I recently saw this palette on that table. It's not there. And I haven't touched it, so it should be there, but it's not. Welcome to living in a haunted house. But anyway, so some brand, I don't know the brand, but they sent them like a cease and desist and basically claiming that they couldn't use the word grunge. And yeah, so they're discontinuing the palette, but I think she said she's going to try and bring it back, which I hope she does, because it's a beautiful palette. I wish I could show it to you, but I don't know where mine went. But anyway, so yeah, and then just reading the comments on that video, so many people were like, I don't like indie brands. I've had such horrible experiences. Like, no one gives negative reviews on indie brands. And I'm just like, what? But also, I'm an indie brand lover. Like, there's one brand where I tried something and it was lackluster, and I actually filmed a video on it. I don't know what happened to it, because like, if new palettes come in, I like to film with those first. Okay, so again, back to where we started going with the shade center. But I was just really, really shocked that a lot of people don't like indie brands, and then they're like, well, you know, the price is more, yada, 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 which I totally get. Yes, they do cost more. However, I can tell you that the quality is a million times better. I'm not like a high-end makeup fan. I like drugstore stuff and I like indie stuff. I do have like, I bought a couple like Pat McGrath Bridgerton palettes from TJ Maxx. They weren't that hot, so I don't know, not really sure what all that's about. I have one Huda Beauty palette, the what is it called, Pretty Grunge or something. I do have that palette. It is nice, but do I feel like an indie brand could do something like just as good? Yes, I do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I was just shocked. And then I thought about it and I was like, you know, I was a little leery at first to try an order from an indie brand. I just had like this irrational fear, like, oh my gosh, I want to place an order and they're like not going to send me my palette, or what if something's broken or whatever. But after watching like several videos on YouTube of these just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palettes, I was like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta try this. I gotta see what all this hype is about. And I'm so glad that I did, because again, indie brands just do things that other brands they can't do. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put on some glitter glue. And so that just really just made me wonder, is there anyone who is watching this channel who has not tried an indie brand, or are you reluctant to try them? And if so, why? I'm just curious, because I'm telling you, these shadows, these shimmers, you can't get this in just a regular palette. You can't. I mean, we're gonna put these on the eyes and you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. They just do things that like drugstore brands, although I do have to say drugstore makeup has come a long way, especially with eyeshadow. They're just things that they can't do that indie brands do. And trying to think, what brush do I want to use? We'll use this one. Okay, so I think this is going to be like our greenish bluish eye. We're gonna try it out. So let's start with, I really want to go in with this shade Immortal Rest right here. I mean, I completely fell in love with indie makeup. And I don't even really remember like what the first palette or whatever that I bought was. Oh, look at this. Do you just see how cool that is? Like how just absolutely beautiful. But I know that I've tried several indie brands. Like I said, there was one that the palette was kind of lackluster. And I just probably won't buy from that brand again. And a lot of people said like customer service as well. I've never, trying to think if I ever had to like really reach out to anyone about anything, because I don't think I have. But like also with as many indie palettes as I have ordered, I mean, I would say I've been like really into indie brands for like maybe 2 years. Close to 2 years. As many palettes as I've ordered and not having an issue, like that right there should say something, you know, like just to the quality of the products. Okay, I kind of want to take this shade Serenity right here and just put a little bit of that in this as well. But it also just sucks that like 1 or 2 brands can just kind of turn people away from indie brands completely. Because there are some amazing, amazing brands out there. That's really pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take this green shade Ornate, which is right here, and just put that like on the inner corner of the eye. And if you guys like, have there been like any indie brands that you've tried that you just aren't a fan of? Like you don't have to say the name of the brand, but I'm just curious, is there any that have just really kind of disappointed you, and why? Because a lot of people were talking about Odin's Eye, And I've never really had an issue with Oden's Eye. Some of their shimmers are chunky, and I don't really necessarily prefer a chunky shimmer, but like I can make them work. But people were saying like the shimmers and some of the mattes, I think they were saying like they went hard pan and they just weren't easy to work with, and that has not been my experience at all. But you know, this has been your experience. I would just love to hear about it. I'm curious. Okay, I think we're gonna go in with the shade Afterlife for the lower lash line. I keep like almost dunking my brush into things. But yeah, I'm just really curious what your experiences have been, or if there's been some indie brands that you absolutely love. Please shout them out, you know, down below. Because I think a lot of smaller indie brands are struggling right now. And I think it's important to, if there's something you love, let us all hear about it. I would love to hear about them. Because being an indie lover, I think it's important to keep these brands alive and going, especially, you know, the really good ones out there. All right, now I think I'm going to take the shade, let's take Ethereal, which is this shade right there, and that's going to be our lower inner corner highlight. But yeah, I have to be honest, I was shocked that there were so many people that just were not fans of indie brands. Absolutely shocked. Okay, now we're gonna just go in with that black shade Center, and we're just gonna stamp it on the other eye. So again, just this right here. And on the subject of betta fish, have you guys ever had one? I never have. We had fish tanks when I was growing up, but they, you know, obviously they had like multiple fish in them, and bettas, I believe you can only have one per tank, because I think they will fight each other and it will not end well. They're absolutely beautiful, but yeah, I've never owned one before. And this is going to be our reddish purplish eye. So I'm going to go ahead, take some glitter glue, put that, just lightly pat that down. And then we're going to go in with some of these pretty red purple shades. I'm just listening to the birds. It's so relaxing. Okay, I want to start with this shade Adorned Carving. It is like, okay, it's looking kind of like purplish greenish there, but when I take it away from the light, it's like a really pretty reddish maroony, just beautiful shade. So we'll just start putting this down. Oh, that is beautiful. That is really pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Let's go in with the shade Prayer right here. And I'm just kind of gonna put that on like the back end a little bit. Then we're gonna start moving to like the more reddish shade. So now I'm gonna go in with Devotion, which is the shade right here. I hope you guys can see how beautiful that is. That is really, really, really pretty. I just absolutely love how that's looking. Now I kind of want to do like a little bit of the shade Mosaic next, which is right there. That is so pretty. So pretty. Now, I want to go in with the shade Ethereal and just put it on that very, 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 very innermost corner portion of the eye. So this is Ethereal right here. All right, now for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna go in with that orange shade Ritual, which is this shade right here. And for the lower inner corner highlight, we're gonna go with that shade Mosaic, which is right there. Because it's just really, really, really pretty. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go do my mascara and I'll be right back. It's like looking really, really cool. I am really enjoying this. All right, so I'm back. My battery pack went out on me, so I had to find another one. This has just been a cluster of a day. I still cannot find my Sugar and Grunge palette. You guys, I have no idea what happened to it. Like, I'm getting freaked out because I know it was upstairs. I've not brought it from upstairs. It should be upstairs on my desk, and it's not there. And I'm like, where did this palette go? But either way, it's a beautiful palette. I hope it gets brought back. And no one owns the word grunge, that writes the word grunge. Just throwing that out there. But also from someone who works in the legal field and sees how corrupt and disgusting it is every day, I get it. If you have enough money, you can bully anyone you want and you can get away with it. And it's just absolutely horrible, but a little salty on the subject. But either way, Blend Bunny, another amazing indie brand. Go check them out, try out some of their products. And this video today was using the Wicked Widow Beauty. Again, another amazing indie brand, and the Resurrection palette. You guys, this palette is awesome. And also, I believe, let me just show you this really quick so y'all can just admire the beauty of this palette. Wicked Widow is doing a licensed collab, I think is what you would call it, with The Crow, which I don't know if I've seen the movie or if I've just seen part of it. So now it makes me want to go back and you know, make sure I've seen the whole thing. But so congratulations, Wicked Widow Beauty. This palette's amazing. I love your products. You guys, another great indie brand to try out if you're curious. I've never had any issues. I love Wicked Widow Beauty's eyeshadows. I have a couple other lippies as well, which are also great. I'm trying to remember if I tried anything else from the brand. I don't think I have. But what I have tried, I've absolutely loved. So I'm just saying they're legit. They're awesome. Check them out if you're wanting to try a new indie brand or an indie brand at all. They'd be a great first one to try. And what is on the lips? Man. I also had something in my eye, so I was like trying to get some, like I had a lash in there, so I kind of moved some stuff around, so I probably can't find what I'm looking for now. If you've been here, you know how things go. But this is the Unearthly Cosmetics Satin Liquid Lipstick, and it's in the shade Angela. I just, right at this second, am having trouble locating. Here it is. It's a very beautiful deep purple, just absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. So that's what's on the lips. Yeah, I don't want to keep y'all for too much longer. I feel like oh my god, this video's almost an hour, but there was a long time where I was trying to do my mascara, find my Sugar and Grunge palette, find a new battery, all the things. But thank y'all so much for watching this video, for struggling through it with me. Oh wait, I didn't show you the final look. I am just like all up in a tizzy over not being able to find this palette, but here is the finished look, or the finished looks, because there are two. And again, this was all thanks to the betta fish that I saw at PetSmart yesterday. It's just one of those things. They were just so beautiful, and I was like, I just want my eyes to look like that. And I think I did an okay job. I mean, they're not like flowing and swirly and beautiful, but they're pretty and colorful and shimmery, so I think that counts. But anyway, you guys, just thank you so much for watching this video, for supporting my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below, what are some of your favorite indie brands? I would love to hear about them. If there's an indie brand that you tried you haven't had the greatest experience about, I guess put that down below too, but you don't have to name the brand. But yeah, you guys, I just want there to be resources out there for people who are maybe leery to try indie brands, because I don't want indie brands to not exist just because people are afraid to try them. So yeah, just but yeah, if there's a brand that we really should steer clear from, just let us know. But for the most part, you guys, I've tried many indie brands, and I have had nothing but amazing experiences with them. So if that's of any help, and trust me, I have horrible luck, so I feel like if something bad was going to happen to someone, it would be me. But anyway, thank you guys so much. If there's anyone you know who might enjoy my content, I just ask that you please share that with them. It's really hard to get recognized in the beauty world, and I've been struggling through it for almost 3 years. And I'm slowly starting to make some momentum, and I just want to keep that going as much as possible if I can. So that would just be a huge honor to me if you would share my content with someone that you think may enjoy it. I really appreciate it. I've been posting my palettes that I own on Shorts. So if you guys see a palette there and you want me to do a video with it, just comment, you know, hey, do a video with this, or can you do whatever, and I'd be happy to do that. And I think that is it. Just remember that you are loved, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I'll see y'all in the next one.